All right, so let's move on to the next topic, to something a little different now. The New York Times reporting that a growing number of therapists are doing outdoor sessions now. The thinking is that combining talk therapy and nature and movement can help patients find new perspectives and express their feelings. So are you guys into this? Do you want your therapy session out on the street, in the road? What do you guys want to do?
Well, I have breaking news. I have breaking news.
Okay.
My therapist is coming to Jamaica with me next week.
Whoa!
Actually.
Wow.
Yeah.
That costs extra.
Well, hello. Whether it's on the catamaran or we zip lining, we gonna talk about it.
Wow.
Yes.
And can I ask something? I mean, besides just like a vacation, like, is therapy going to happen on this trip?
How you mean?
Wait.
Yes.
Was this their idea or your idea?
My idea.
Okay, I love that.
I actually invited her.
Okay, why did you want her to come along?
Well, I think people could catch your vibes and like just who you are in different environments, right? And make it a vacation out of it anyway.
So you guys have become sort of more, like, would you say it's a friendlier relationship?
It's way friendlier, yeah.
That's
And I
interesting.
was like, you know what, you want to come through? And she's like, yeah, I'll come through. I was like, all right.
awesome.
That's great.
You've shared a lot on the show about your therapy, and I love that because you are setting an example for people.
Thank you.
But I also want to know, the idea of sitting on a traditional couch, what is it extra that being outside in Jamaica, which, I mean, just saying it out loud, what is that, what do you think that's going to do for your therapy?
Well, Ray and Nephews. That would be Google Ray and Nephews. Everyone's, I feel like your apprehensions are down on vacation, right? And then because I'm a singer and sometimes I go to karaoke and people don't know I can sing and then I like smash the place, but then I tell stories.
Right.
It's really songs and stories. There's spas, there's all type of excursions. Like, it's the first time. So I'll come back and let you know.
Yes, good point. Good point. Yeah, what do you think, Sid?
I mean, I love the outdoors. I do think the outdoors are a path to healing. It certainly was part of my healing. My sister is a therapist, though, and I sort of asked her about this, and she was like, oh, well, that's an unusual thing. On paper, it sounds really good, but I do think that there are some things to be aware of. Like, privacy is a big one. Like, if you're thinking you're out in the middle, some people don't like to disclose. I love talking about therapy. I think we should normalize this and get it out there, but for some people, it is an extremely private act. Like, they may not want to be out in the forest and then run into their boss and like be like having cause all kinds of awkwardness.
Yeah, like, who is this? Who are you with?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Can I say one thing about that quickly?
Of course, please,
So
yes.
I've like went through my therapy dating phases, and I finally landed on a therapist that aligns. That's cool. You wouldn't even know she's my therapist.
Right.
That's the thing.
Right.
Well,
that's
that's the vibes.
Yeah.
Well, you touch on something because I know in the Black community we talk about therapy. Well, we don't talk about therapy. We're talking about therapy now because we desperately need it. And I know the biggest issue is a lot of people didn't go to therapy because they didn't feel like the therapist could see them and understand who they are. So I get why you're bringing your therapist to Jamaica. She needs to know who you are at the core of Julie, not Julie the performer, Julie the person.
Thank you.
Julie
Let me say one thing too.
something
else. I said to my therapist, that guy was a waste man, and she understood what I was talking about.
Like she gets it.
Literally.
Yeah, and she understands what that means. Yo, listen, I get it.
Again, once again, Google. If you're not Black, Google. Google.
There's a translator right here going, what Julie said was.
Yes, that's what she said.
No, I like, go ahead.
I was gonna say, if we can talk about being outside, if there's anything that the pandemic, as terrible as it was, taught us, outside is healing. And I know that everybody kind of ran back inside when lockdowns were over, but this is the generation, they're calling our kids' generation the indoors generation. They spend 90% of their time inside.
Yeah.
Now think about that. What happens inside? More likely to be on a digital device. You're not getting physically active.
Closer
You're
to the
more
fridge.
closer to the fridge, more isolated from other people. What does being outside give us? It gives us sunshine, nature, more ability to connect face to face, less chances of being stuck on this. I mean, there's only upsides to being outside, so let's normalize getting out, whatever you do.
I know. Can I just say this much? All of your points are very good, but you know what? The Catholic in me is still like, you know what? I like it like confessional. Just like it nice and private. Just in a room, no eye contact, and let me just dump all of my problems and then go about my business.
Then go outside for a walk.
Then I go outside afterwards.
Then you go outside for a walk.
The Catholics.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey there, what did you think? Drop your comments below and join the conversation. And don't forget to like and subscribe so you can find more on everything from food and fashion to pop culture and current events. See you soon.